Hi, everyone. This is Andrew Kissin, Senior Marketing Manager with Zahn Dental. We're here today with Nicolas Rohde, CEO of VHF Inc. Nicolas, how's everything going from Germany?
Well, all is well here. Right now, I'm at the Vhf headquarters in Germany. I have an office in New York, and typically I travel back and forth between the two offices in New York and the headquarters in Germany. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I have not been able to travel to the US since Chicago in February. So it's a little crazy. But yeah, fortunately, my team was already used to speaking with me on Skype, so not a dramatic change here. But other than that, a lot of changes and adjustments. Well, you know better than I, New York was hit hard. Germany was not so bad, but yeah, I think globally we all are bracing or have been bracing, and fortunate to see a little relaxing right now.
As the CEO of a global digital dental company, what's it been like to maybe keep in touch with the teams throughout the world without having the ability to travel? What has that been like for you?
Yeah, I mean, nothing really replaces an actual face-to-face conversation, but with video chat, I think we are coming very close. There's no comparison to email or even a telephone call. So that definitely has helped a lot.
So a couple months ago, we had one of the biggest and best Chicago midwinters in early 2020. VHF Zahn really showcased some of your new mills and technology. And, we obviously hit a little bit of a pause with COVID-19, but, looking back at the mills and the launch and the reception, how do you envision a dental laboratory today in today's climate of maybe reduced staff or uh, social spacing? How do the mills that you've brought to the market really help a dental laboratory kind of automate and improve their workflows?
Yeah, so I think what is most important if a lab now makes a decision to buy a mill or not is to look at the ROI, the return on investment, in particular in those challenging times. I think no single lab has not felt the COVID-19 pandemic. So the whole industry now is starting to come back, and there is increased pressure to work as efficiently as possible. And that's really where productivity, for example, plays a big role. You mentioned automation, which is a big part of being productive. Mills that have a multi-disc changer that automatically changes material pucks and even work when the lab technician is not, so for example, at night. And we see that increased competitive pressure and margin pressure. So it becomes really important to work as productive as possible.
As you look at the ROI and getting value and the return, what type of benefits does a dental laboratory look at? Specifically talking about a mill that maybe can mill more than one disc at a time, or you can nest. You mentioned kind of milling overnight. How does that really play into today's maybe trends in going from crown and bridge only to maybe milling denture bases overnight? How do you envision a mill that can maybe do both of those to be able to be optimized for those workflows?
It is important that a mill, first of all, is able to do all the indications, all the materials. And then if that's the case, you can really load the mill with all kinds of all materials. And that can really go from regular crown and bridge to removable to implant cases. And with the very different cases, very different materials, you can either go back and forth to the mill and load the next puck and take it out then again and load again. or you just let the mill, you work over the day, you design cases, and you let the mill work for you at the time when you can do other things, maybe sleeping or work on other cases.
When we talk about mills in the dental lab space, I think what's unique about some on the market, including VHF, is you're not just manufacturing the mills. You have CAM software as well as the milling tools. What does the complete ecosystem of the VHF line really include, and how does that play into maybe getting the best return on investment?
Good point. Yeah, actually, if you invest in some piece of equipment, you want to get started as quickly as possible. You want to work as seamlessly as possible so that you can recoup your investment as quickly as possible. And VHF is offering, as you said, not only the milling machine, but we are also making our own CAM software, and we are manufacturing our milling tools. And we are really, since we have all those three things under our control, we are really able to optimize those three elements so that they perfectly work together, that there is no hiccup, and that the milling times are optimized. And the whole CAM software itself is streamlined so that people are up and running extremely quickly. It's kind of an out-of-the-box system.
And that doesn't mention the support aspect of it. When we talk about milling, when we talk about in-house production, the dirty secret that nobody maybe wants to admit up front is something will go wrong at some point, and it's about the support and the service along the way. What has VHF done to maybe include components into the mills or some kind of technology that maybe helps a reseller like a Zahn or the dental laboratory troubleshoot?
Yeah, you are absolutely right. There's no piece of equipment that does not have a problem at some point. So it's very important to work on minimizing those occurrences. So what we've done as a manufacturer is we first of all designed the mills that they are most robust, that the whole airflow is built in a way that the dirt that is sometimes abrasive and can wear down the mill or can get moving parts stuck, that it's really sucked out of the mill and doesn't get into areas that are sensitive. And apart from that, we built in, for example, a webcam in all of our newer mills. And that tremendously helps doing a support case. If you have a problem, you call your support team and they usually just remote into your CAM computer and review log files. But that's just plain data. So the next question usually is, okay, what happened during milling? Where did this problem occur? And I don't know anyone who sits in front of their mill watching the mill working. So then this camera comes handy that actually records the whole milling process from the first start grabbing the tool till the restoration is finished. And the technician can review that recording and at the same time, once they are through, they fixed some things, they can also live monitor when they start milling again. So that's tremendous help to support the support teams.
You, VHF, have industry innovative technology because you're so focused on the CAM, the mills, the milling tools. It's almost the perfect opportunity to partner with material companies, companies that specialize in bringing the best, the most innovative, the most reliable products on the market. One of those companies that you've recently partnered or collaborated with is Keystone on the denture-based material. How does a lab that maybe invests in the mills and pairs it with a denture-based material? It's no secret that the dental lab industry is trending towards in-house production of digital dentures. Of course, you have your additive manufacturing and then your subtractive manufacturing with the mills. If a lab does decide to mill their digital dentures, how can they benefit from the recent collaborations with a VHF and Keystone to produce those in-house?
First of all, let me say that even though we work with some of the material manufacturers, or actually a lot of them, we are not partnering in a way that that would prevent us taking on other materials. So that's really the VHF philosophy. We want to give the user the broadest choice of materials so that they can really work with any material that is on the market today or even tomorrow. We do work closely with some material manufacturers just to make sure that we at the same time give the best milling results. And that example that you mentioned was a very successful collaboration with Keystone, where we optimized milling of their key mill material, a very strong material that I've heard from technicians is beautiful for denture bases. And we were able with our VHF machines, that evaluation was done with the K5 Plus, to not only manufacture the beautiful results, but at the same time do that also very quickly. So I think we were among the fastest mills, if not the fastest mill in the evaluation.
Nicolas, we're heading into the summer months, which are historically a slow period for dental labs and technicians. Of course, we are in a completely unique situation with COVID-19 and the pandemic. This can arguably be the perfect time for a dental laboratory to invest in CAD/CAM technology and implement a workflow that makes sense for them. What advice or recommendations would you have for your average dental lab across the country or even across the world of, what to do in this current climate?
As I said in the beginning, it's a tough environment, but at the same time, it may give labs some time to prepare for what will be the new normal. And a lot of technicians told me that they're quite busy right now, but I foresee that the new normal will be a little slower than it used to be, less cases, because doctors cannot see as many patients as they used to due to the safety regulations. So I think it's very important for labs to really position themselves with technology and gear up. And most important will be to get equipment that makes them more productive, that streamlines their processes. At the same time, also, choose equipment that gives you the best value for the money, not necessarily the cheapest equipment, because that's often short-sighted since you pay more over time, but really the best price-performance ratio. So machines that are of high quality and that you can still get at an affordable price. Definitely also consider total cost of ownership. So apart from the basic machine price, is software included? We have to pay annual fees. What about reliability, or how long do you expect the equipment to last? And last but not least, also have an eye on cash flow. I think everyone is aware of that, but obviously in those challenging times, we have to watch careful the cash flow. And with that, pick technology that lets you start right away, see if you can get good finance options, and also check if there are some promotions, like VHF is doing a cashback promotion that actually the mill is financed, you increase your cash flow.
Great. Well, Nicolas, it's great to see you. I'm glad that you and the rest of VHF are doing well. Look forward to seeing you back in the U.S. in our backyard of New York. So look forward to seeing you, and take care.
Thank you, Andrew. Always appreciate the opportunity, and yeah, pleasure talking to you as always. Thank you.